Now, I just got done reading Violence Jack, and holy, it's pretty weird. The first thing I noticed about Violence Jack is that just from the art alone, it looked so old, and it is pretty old. Let's see, let's just go to the Wikipedia real quick. So, it was made by Nagai, he also made Devilman Crybaby, and it went from 1973 to 2008. Wow. 728. That's what, like 25 years? No, 35 years. I don't know. I can't do math. Yeah, if you just look at it, look at the anime, it looks so old. So old. Honestly, when I first read when I was first getting into it, I was really thinking about dropping the whole thing because it just seems so slow and peaceful, and then everything just flips and it goes berserk. I don't know. If you're looking for a manga that has lots of fighting, blood, gore, and all that, then this Violence Jack is definitely a good manga for that. I wasn't really expecting anything going into it, but I definitely like how wild the fights are. And when we're first being introduced, it is a little bit slow, just like any other manga. But yeah, right away we see that there's this huge earthquake, and a lot of people go night night. Yeah, and there's so many people that just go night night, and it's very horrible, very bad. But afterwards, the aftermath, it's crazy. There's fire everywhere, buildings are destroyed, destruction all around. And yeah, it doesn't take very long for things to go into this like post-apocalyptic world, which is very surprising to me because although like this one area in Japan is destroyed, what surprised me the most was that there's like no one coming to help, or usually the world superpowers would be doing something about this, about all the destruction and whatnot. But no one comes in to help or brings a helicopter or whatever supplies. Everyone in the middle of all this chaos and destruction are just like left alone and left to die. And so, like I said, because of that, everything just becomes a lawless land. People are doing not so good things. And now that I actually remember Violence Jack, the first chapter, I'm pretty sure it was actually, it didn't really have anything to do with an earthquake. We just see this guy who kind of looks like a girl, but is a guy, and he's wandering through this like barren desert wasteland, and he comes across a jungle, and he also sees Violence Jack too. He comes across him, and Violence Jack is one huge dude. He's like 2 meters tall. I forgot how many pounds, but very heavy. So yeah, he's definitely a big man. But the first thing you see with Violence Jack is that he's not wreaking havoc just at random. He does only do it at some places, and I think the first thing you could tell with Violence Jack is that he's not very violent as long as you're chilling with him and you're not doing anything to piss him off or trying to fight him or anything like that. And so we see him, and Jack, he gives this one character a warning about going into the jungle and about how the jungle is very dangerous, just as much probably more than where they are at now. But the other guy with the blonde hair goes into the jungle anyways, comes across this village and also a tiger. He runs into a tiger and becomes friends with him. He finds this village in the jungle, and they're very friendly, women, children, not a lot of protection, to be honest, against really anything in that jungle. And then we see another like tribe of people who are completely lawless, savages or whatever. And yeah, once that tribe find the tribe that we were hanging out with, the peaceful tribe, things don't go so well for the peaceful tribe. There's this one dude riding an elephant, and he's the leader. So when the violent tribe sees the peaceful people or whatever, peaceful tribe or whatever, not really a fight, a massacre breaks out, and yeah, the peaceful tribe that we were with just gets absolutely massacred. And then Violence Jack, he's like walking away down the barren wasteland, and we see him like release an eagle or something, and it like goes up into the sky. And then the guy we were following earlier, he like becomes Violence Jack or something. It's pretty confusing to me, honestly. And then this guy, he goes on to attack the people who were attacking the peaceful tribe, and yeah, it decimates him. And then our blonde guy or whatever, he turns back into himself and I guess it was to show that like everyone was violent or something. I didn't really get it because that didn't really fit in with the story all that much. Well, I guess it kind of did, but I don't know. It was just kind of a weird start. But yeah, that's pretty much how the manga goes for the most part. Like there's 4 or 5 chapters, or maybe even 2 or 3, where it's just one mini arc. There would be some bad guys or something, or like a bad group of people doing something bothering another group of people. Basically, the strong picking on the weak, and Violence Jack would come along and just put the people who were picking on the weak people in their place, or whoever was doing the wrong stuff. Yeah, that's all it really is for like 60 chapters. And you know, I do gotta say, it wasn't a bad experience. It was pretty satisfying seeing all that. And the fights, oh my gosh, the fights got pretty wild. Like you'd see when someone got stabbed or sliced up or something, or decapitated or whatever, it kind of left an impact. It was pretty cool to see, and there's a lot of gory stuff, a lot of gore. It also did this weird thing where like there would be a focus on one character, we'd get their backstory. The bad guys are picking on the character we get introduced to, whoever the main focus of the arc is on, and then yeah, we get their backstory, and they'd like overcome whatever they're facing. And for some reason, Violence Jack wanted to know their names or something. This probably was supposed to be for like something in the future. And then Jack would like walk into town or something, walk along, join up with whoever the main focus is on, and just fight it out with the opposing forces. And I only read up to chapter 30, and this, yeah, it's the main thing that's going on throughout the story. But the place I was reading on, only after like chapter 30, it skipped to the last 2 chapters, which were like chapter 62 and 63, I think. I don't know, somewhere around there. And so I just read from there because I kind of thought it would be the same, and honestly it pretty much was. But Violence Jack pretty much turns into the main character from Devilman Crybaby, and it pretty much just becomes Devilman Crybaby. Yeah, Devilman Crybaby at the end. Like throughout the story, you could definitely see, at least I felt like you could see that there's like some divine stuff going on with like heaven, hell, all that. It definitely felt that way. I didn't really get it what it was like leading to, and I definitely missed a lot because I literally only read half of the story and then skipped straight to the end. So who knows, maybe I might come back and read it, but it was alright. It was alright. Violence Jack, the actual character, he was kind of like a mystery throughout all of it, and you could kind of see that he had his own sense of justice. It felt that way throughout the story, but he was also very mysterious throughout it too. Like he'd come in, fight a whole bunch, and go out. That was pretty much all he did. I'm a bit confused about his character, but then again, I did miss half the story. So it also tried doing something like with the leaders or main characters of each arc, I guess you could say. Like there was this child, Ryu Takuma, who led a whole bunch, like 100 orphans, and went up against this very bad guy, the Slum King, and his army. And it kind of like tried keeping them in the background, and I felt like they were supposed to be do something in the future. But yeah, I might have missed all that because I didn't really see anything happen. But it did feel like it wanted to bring back all the characters we met along the way and do something with them. And if something did happen with all the characters, then I definitely missed that. But I thought this manga was kind of just meh. I wasn't really vibing with it, although I did like the fights, which it really was the only thing I liked. Well, that's all I really had to say about Violence Jack. It's an okay series. Definitely tell it's very old. Would I recommend it? Maybe. Just depends if you like gore or not, because that's pretty much all the manga is. A whole bunch of gore and violence. But that's all I had to say. So yeah, see you in the next video. Have a good one, and peace.